Here at KFUG and Redwood Voice, Paul Critz and yours truly, E. Corcovalis, interviewed Forester Lathrop Leonard to talk about the 1 acre fire over on Howland Hill and give an update about the fire, what it's affecting, and how it all started.
We discovered it a week ago Sunday, but suspect it was going on for almost 2 weeks prior to that, as there was a lightning storm, you may recall, that came through and started another fire in the park that we put out fairly quickly. But this one nobody noticed because it was just kind of smoldering up in the treetops for a number of days before it managed to make its way to the ground and start spreading and putting up enough smoke for people to realize it was out there.
And initially, when you discovered that a week ago this last Sunday, what was the extent of it then? How many trees?
So it was about an acre on the ground, and about 5 trees were burning up in the canopies. And so what happened is, one of these trees probably got on fire from the lightning. And once it started burning actively up there, embers and pieces of the tree sometimes just little embers, and other times big branches, like 100-pound branches, would fall to the ground on fire. And then that all lit the ground on fire, and it spread on the ground and even from tree to tree. And so we ended up with about 5 trees on fire when we discovered it and started actively suppressing that fire.
Oh my gosh. So you did something that I had never heard being done before, and that was install sprinkler systems. Is that correct? In the canopy of these burning trees?
That's right. We had some regular sprinklers like you would see in your yard on the ground, so that if something fell out of the tree, it fell onto wet material, so that it wouldn't start another top fire. But then we also, needed to get water where the fire was, and so we have a series of ropes and things that were pulling these sprinklers, and the typical brass garden hose that people may be using in their yard. We were hauling a bunch of those up there attached to hoses to help put this thing out.
Wow. Was that like ad hoc? Is this something that is commonly done, or was this just a fix that you guys made up?
Well, I don't know if anybody who's been doing this outside of California state parks, but it's something that we've been kind of developing and improving over the years, over the last, maybe 10 or 12 years or so in parks. Mostly, we seem to have more of these down in the Humboldt Redwoods State Park area, but certainly we've been putting them out up here and within Redwood National and State Parks. As you know, this one, of course, is in Jedediah Smith Redwoods. All those, it happens everywhere, and we just have to kind of adjust. And each fire up there is a little bit different, so that the techniques kind of change a little bit and evolve over time as we figure out what works best in each situation. The last resort, if we can't put it out from the ground, is we'll send a tree climber up into a neighboring tree, and then they can squirt water from there. But obviously, tree climbing, that's something arborists and other folks do. We have some folks that are specially trained in climbing trees. But, anytime you're getting off the ground like that, it's kind of a heads up from a safety standpoint. So we'd rather risk hoses than people.
Lathrop Leonard, Forester for California State Parks, and the go-to guy to talk to about the fire on Howland Hill. All of us at KFUG and Redwood Voice thank you and all the firefighters working on this to keep our community safe, and appreciate the lengths you go to protect our redwoods.